Force and pressure. Motion. Motion as a change in position of an object with respect to time. When we look around, we see many stationary and moving objects. Example, buildings, trees, electric poles, etc. are considered to be at rest, while moving cars, flying birds, etc. are considered to be in motion. But what do we really mean when we say that an object is either at rest or in motion? We can say that a body is at rest if it does not change its position with respect to time and its surroundings. For example, a standing tree remains fixed in its place if you see it at different time intervals. So, it is said to be in a state of rest. On the other hand, if an object changes its position with respect to time and its surroundings, it is said to be in motion. For example, if we stand on a road and observe a moving car, we find that its position is continuously changing with respect to us and different time intervals. So, the car is in motion. Activity. Throw a ball downward from the roof of your house. You will see that it reaches the ground. We can say that the ball is in motion because it changes its position with respect to you and the rooftop. Scientist. Born in Germany, Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, was one of the greatest scientists of all time. He developed the theory of relativity. He became the professor of physics at the University of Berlin and received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. Einstein left Germany in 1933 and settled in the United States. He developed the special and the general theory of relativity. Rest and motion, relative terms. Let us consider a situation. Suppose you are traveling in a train with one of your friends. So, with respect to your friend who is sitting beside you, you are at rest. But when you look outside, you are constantly changing your position with respect to platforms, trees, electric poles, etc. So, simultaneously, you are both at rest and also in motion. Again, when we say that a body is at rest, first we consider that the earth is at rest. But actually, the earth itself is in constant rotation on its own axis. So, everything on the earth is also in motion. Thus, we can say that there is no absolute rest or motion. Both rest and motion are relative terms. One body which is at rest with respect to a particular reference frame may be in motion with respect to another reference frame. Types of motion. Objects move in different ways. For example, a car moves in a straight line, a fan rotates at its place, and the earth revolves around the sun. Therefore, the motion can be classified into these categories. Translatory motion. When an object moves in such a way that every point of the object moves through the same distance in same time, then motion of the object is said to be translatory motion. Example, a car moving along a straight road. There are two types of translatory motions. One, rectilinear motion. When an object moves in a straight line, its motion is called rectilinear motion. Examples, 1. A stone falling downward from the rooftop, a bicycle moving on a straight road. 2. A batsman taking a run between the wickets. 3. A group of ants moving in a line. 2. Curvilinear motion. If an object moves in a circular path or a curved path, it is called curvilinear motion. Examples, a car moving along a circular path, the motion of a javelin or a shot put thrown by an athlete. circulatory motion. When an object moves in a circular manner with respect to its own axis or around a fixed center, it is said to be in a circulatory motion. In these motions, the objects remain at the same distance from a fixed point, center. Circular motion is of two types: rotatory motion and revolution. Rotatory motion. If a body moves around a fixed point or axis, called axis of rotation, without changing its position, then its motion is called rotatory motion. Let us consider the motion of the blades of a fan. Point P is nearer to the axis of rotation. It covers less distance than the point Q, which is at a greater distance from O in the same interval of time. Examples: spinning top, moving fan, spinning potter's wheel. In rotatory motion, different parts of an object move through different distances during the same time. Revolution. When an object moves as a whole around a fixed center, it is said to be revolving. Examples: 1. Earth revolving around the sun in a definite orbit. 2. Toy train moving on a circular path. Activity: revolution of a stone. Take a piece of thread and tie a stone at its one end. Whirl it around your hand. The stone moves in a circular path. The distance of stone from your hand remains the same. The stone revolves around your body in a circular motion. Oscillatory motion. The complete to and fro motion of a body about its mean position is called oscillatory motion. In oscillatory motion, the object repeats its motion about the mean position after a regular interval of time. Examples: motion of pendulum of a clock, motion of a swing, motion of piston of a moving engine. Repetitive motion. When an object undergoes to and fro motion in such a way that some parts of it execute to and fro motion while the other parts do not, then its motion is called repetitive motion. Example: motion when the strings of a guitar are plucked. Activity: take a thin metallic wire. Tie it in a stretched position between 2 points tightly. Pluck it from the center. You will notice that it shows a to and fro motion, which is also called repetitive motion. Periodic motion. When motion of an object is repeated after a fixed interval of time, it is called periodic motion. The motion of the Earth around the Sun is repeated after 365 days. Thus, the Earth completes its motion around the Sun in a fixed interval of time, which is 365 days. Hence, it is an example of periodic motion. Examples: swinging of the pendulum of a clock, the motion of the needle of a sewing machine. Periodic motion is used for measuring time. Example: the pendulum of a clock completes one oscillation in 1 second. When 60 oscillations take place, the time moves by 1 minute. Non-periodic motion. When an object does not repeat its motion after a fixed interval of time while moving, its motion is called non-periodic motion. Examples: speed of a running boy, swinging of tree branches, etc. Random motion. If a body frequently changes its direction of motion in an irregular manner while moving, its motion is called random motion. Examples: motion of a mosquito in flight, motion of smoke particles in air, etc. Multiple motion. When an object possesses two or more types of motions at the same time, it is called multiple motions. Examples: when a spin bowler delivers a ball, the ball has a motion of spin, rotatory motion, while it moves towards the batsman, Translatory motion. The Earth rotates about its axis, rotatory motion, and at the same time, it revolves around the Sun in a curved path, curvilinear motion, in a fixed time interval, periodic motion. A drill machine has both translatory and rotatory motions. This is because while it is being rotated, rotatory motion, it is also getting pushed forward, translatory motion.